Hey guys, happy Monday. Today we're going to be talking about if you want to play good, you need to stop doing this now. Now I had a lot of good guesses today when I posted that I was going to be doing this class, and a lot of you were pretty close to the money. So without going any further into explaining that, I am going to get right to the topic. And that is the one thing that you should stop doing if you are really serious about playing better. And that is you should stop overplaying. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So overplaying comes in many different ways. You can do many different things to overplay. And so let's talk about those today. Hey you guys, hey Carmen. So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about, you've heard me say this before, is about beating your songs to death. Here's what it sounds like when you are trying to beat a song to death. You take your, watch your tail, bud. He's laying right beside me. You're gonna take your chord, if you're gonna beat a song to death, which you do not wanna do, and you're going to just play it for every rhythm. Okay? Now this will really limit you in your playing, because where do you have to go from here to build the song, to create a dynamic, to make it more beautiful? There's not a lot that you can add to that when you are beating a song to death, okay? So the thing that I recommend you do is, of course, practice with a drum loop, which I'm sure you guys are already doing because I've talked about this so much. But let your song breathe. Okay? Don't feel the need to have to play for every beat. Right? Thank you for sharing this. See how much more beautiful that is when you just let the song breathe. Let your internal rhythm be the thing that keeps the song going, okay? All right? So that's the first tip. The second tip that I have for you is that you don't want to do too many fills when you're playing. That's part of overplaying. I wouldn't want to play this. Going crazy yet? Jessa actually responded correctly on this one. Yes, you do not want to put every fill you know into a song because it's just too much. Once again, there is beauty in your playing when you just allow a song to just relax. Let it be open. Let's see, Holly says beautiful. It's hard to get students to not beat and overplay. Yeah. So if you're practicing with a drum loop or a metronome, that's going to really help you with your rhythm. So if we were going to do a song like, let's see. I love you. It's a little fast. We'll just use the song that this loop was created for. It's I Rest in You. So you are my refuge. So I'm just going to keep it simple. You hear the space in the song? So I'm not trying to add every run and fill I know. In fact, you can see my hands. I'm lifting them up. I'm not playing every second. the third thing that you should do is learn how to use your sustain pedal. Now, if playing with your sustain pedal is a little bit scary for you, or you feel like, I just don't quite know how to use your sustain pedal, the trick is you want to train your ear to hear when you lift your sustain pedal. So basically the idea is between every chord you play, you want to lift your sustain pedal, but there's also tricks to it because you don't want there to be a space, right? Because that doesn't flow. So if I'm rolling up the same chord, I can press my sustain pedal down and just press it down once for that entire progression. If I'm changing chords, watch. You hear that? You hear that? Oh, that dissonance, that sound like, what is this? It kind of sounds like a mess. So that lets you know you need to lift your sustain pedal there. Okay? So if you do a quick progression like that, you want to lift your sustain pedal as well because you don't want things to get muddy. Okay. MC Polar Bear asked a question, what about fast songs? So are you asking about doing too many fills on fast songs? So that same progression would apply. Let me see if I can find a drum loop really quick that would go with a fast song. Same thing. You really don't want to overplay. I don't know what this is going to sound like. So if you had a shout beat, let's see if I can find a drum loop. If you have a shout beat, I would use the same idea because you really don't want to overplay on a fast song because again it will make it sound muddy. And the more musicians that you have, like say you have a piano, you have bass, drums, organ, guitar, the more musicians you have, the less space that you have to play. So if you're the only instrument, then you carry 100% of the music, right? But if you have two instruments, you carry 50%. If you have three, you carry 33-point-something%. 4, you carry 25%. 5, 20%. So as more instruments get on your team, you want to play less and less and less because the responsibility of that is less on your shoulders, if that makes sense. So now it's going to sound like, man, she's not doing a whole lot. But if you can just imagine, imagine a bass player going dun 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 dun. Let's see. Does that help? Guitar player, ding, 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 you know, you can just kind of picture that in your head, how it would really start to sound muddy, sound kind of like a mess if everybody was just overplaying. So, okay, I'm glad that helps. So please start putting these tips to good use. You definitely, if you want to be a more professional sounding musician, I don't want to say professional style because we play in church. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? You want to really master these very simple concepts because they're going to separate you from piano players who are okay. It's going to make you a great piano player, okay? So it's going to really transition you into a new level of playing. So if you are serious about wanting to be a better piano player, the coaching group is open this week. This is the only week it's open for this year. It won't be open again until next year. So make sure you go check it out, pianoplayersinnercircle.com. I love it because I get to work with you guys face to face. The classes are live, it's more interactive, and I get to see you and talk to you and hear you play, and it just makes such a world of difference in how you guys can grow in your playing. So put these tips to good use, but also check out the website if you're really serious about playing, because it's only open this week. Okay? All right, I hope that helped you guys. Thank you guys also for sharing this on Facebook and Instagram to your friends you know who want to become better piano players. It doesn't take a lot to be a better piano player. If you just focus on the little simple things, they really will take you far in your playing and make a big difference, like I showed you today. So thank you guys for joining. If you have any questions about what I taught today or about the inner circle, I'm super easy to reach. You can send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I'd be happy to answer that question. So I hope you guys have a great afternoon. If nobody's told you today, I believe in you. I believe in you. You showed up here today because you have a desire to play, and that is the biggest step in becoming a better piano player. All right, guys, have a good evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.